Charging into the fight phase. Any unit that charged or has models within 1 inch of an enemy unit can be chosen to fight in the fight phase. This includes all units, not just those controlled by the player whose turn it is. All units that charged this turn fight first. The player whose turn it is picks the order in which these units fight. After all charging units have fought, the players alternate choosing eligible units to fight with, starting with the player whose turn it is, until all eligible units on both sides have fought once each. No unit can be selected to fight more than once in each fight phase. If one player runs out of eligible units, the other player completes all of their remaining fights, one unit after another. A fight is resolved in the following steps. First, we have the pile-in. You may move each model in the unit up to 3 inches. This move can be in any direction so long as the model ends the move closer to the nearest enemy model. So these pink horrors here maybe want to get in a little bit closer, and so they group up. Second, choose targets. First, you must pick the target unit or units for the attacks. To target an enemy unit, the attacking model must either be within 1 inch of that unit or within 1 inch of another model from its own unit that is itself within 1 inch of that enemy unit. This represents the unit fighting in 2 ranks. Models that charged this turn can only target enemy units that they charged in the previous phase. If a model can make more than 1 close combat attack, it can split them between eligible target units as you wish. Similarly, if a unit contains more than 1 model, each can target a different enemy unit. In either case, declare how you will split the unit's close combat attacks before any dice are rolled, and resolve all attacks against one target before moving on to the next. The number of close combat attacks a model makes against its target is determined by its attack characteristic. You roll 1 dice for each close combat attack being made. For example, if a model has an attack characteristics of 2, it can make 2 close combat attacks, and you can therefore roll 2 dice. Each time a model makes a close combat attack, it uses a melee weapon. The weapons a model is equipped with are described on its datasheet. If a datasheet does not list any melee weapons, the model is assumed to fight with a close combat weapon, which has the profile of Strength User, no AP, and 1 damage. If a model has more than 1 melee weapon, choose which it will use before rolling the dice. If a model has more than 1 melee weapon and can make several close combat attacks, it can split its attacks between these weapons however you wish. Declare how you will divide the attacks before any dice are rolled. Next, resolve the close combat attacks. Close combat attacks can be made one at a time, or in some cases, you can roll the dice for a number of attacks together. The attack sequence for making close combat attacks is identical to that used for shooting attacks, except you use the model's weapon skill characteristic instead of its ballistic skill to make hit rolls. The weapon skill characteristic can be found on a unit's datasheet. Finally, at the end of the fight phase, you consolidate. In order to consolidate, you may move each model in the unit up to 3 inches. This move can be in any direction so long as the model ends the move closer to the nearest enemy model. And so if we take a look at this group of pink horrors here in the middle, which is currently in combat with 2 demon princes, this particular pink horror right here is not within an inch of either. However, it is within an inch of a pink horror who is within an inch of this one, and he is within an inch of a pink horror who's within an inch of this demon prince. So this pink horror could declare its attack on either demon prince. And of course, once again, there are many special abilities and units that are exceptions to the rules just stated in the previous few statements, and so it is important to thoroughly read what each of your units can do. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.